Okay, it's a great day to be in real estate. This is Duane Beisner, sales manager and sales representative for ERA Real Estate. For my quote of the day, moral courage simply means you do what you think is right without bothering too much about the effect on yourself, by William Slim, who was a British field marshal. And for the joke of the day, I don't really have a Swedish accent, but this is a email entitled Norwegian Email Virus. Warning. Minnesota computer virus. We have just sent you the Norwegian virus. Since we do not have any programming experience and do not know how to actually damage your computer, this virus works on an honor system. Please forward this virus to everyone on your mailing list and then manually delete all of the files on your hard drive. Thank you for your cooperation, Sven and Ollie. So, with that, Duane's business tip of the day, the greatest negotiating tool of all time is simply to be nice to other people. Think about that. And for the social commentary, I did notice there was an article about how to keep your Facebook profile secure. Obviously, there's millions and millions of people on Facebook, and here's how to navigate some of the new settings and keep your profile secure. Number one, review the settings. Simpler controls may help most users, but an opt-out system will do little for users that don't look at these controls, says Paul Stevens, who's Director of Policy and Advocacy for the Privacy Rights Clearinghouse, a nonprofit consumer advocacy group. Unless users say otherwise, everything is shared. Keep that in mind. Use the Preview My Profile tool on Facebook's privacy settings page to see what others can spot. Also consider downloading the free tool at www.reclaimprivacy.org. That's reclaimprivacy.org, which measures unsecure settings and offers tips to revise them. Number two, eliminate everyone. Users would do well to stop thinking of social networks as somehow cut off from the broader internet. People understand that when they tweet, using twitter.com, that's a broadcast to the world. AFTAB says anything in Facebook settings that's available to everyone is available publicly in the same fashion, potentially showing up to anyone who clicks on your profile. Visit sites such as OpenBook or conducts a search on Google. Don't post it unless you want your parents, the police, predators, and your principal or boss to see it, she says. Good advice. Number three, opt for security. Facebook's new policy still allows users to specify restrictions post by post. Opt for a more secure setting and tighten or loosen it further if the situation calls for it, AFTAB suggests. For example, users can set photo sharing to friends only, but then specify that their boss can't view the newly uploaded photos from a recent party. On the other hand, they can broaden the job hunt status update to include friends of friends instead of just people in their immediate circle. Number four, share with caution. Even information shared with friends only could pose a security threat if a friend's account is hacked or if a bug occurs, Stevens says. Seemingly innocuous data such as a birthday, a mother's maiden name, or a favorite pet's name is enough for hackers and identity thieves to do serious damage. You're providing a source of data that might be used by a hacker to access password-restricted sites, he says. There's also the embarrassment factor. In February, a temporary bug resulted in a handful of Facebook users receiving hundreds of private messages meant for others. In early May, another glitch allowed users to view friends' privacy chats with other people. So keep this in mind when you're out there doing social networking and surfing the web. Facebook is the number one site, obviously, but it still seems like maybe it's growing too quick for it to really get up to snuff with the security issues. And now for Duane's real estate news. April new home sales spiked 14.8%. Sales of new homes jumped in April. They climbed 14.8% to a seasonally adjustment rate of 504,000 last month, up from 439,000 in March, the month before, the U.S. Commerce Department reported Wednesday. Sales were up 47.8% over the same month a year ago. The surge was driven by the home buyer tax credit, which we've talked about before, and that expired obviously April 30th. We got two solid increases in March and April, says Mark Bittner, senior economist at Wells Fargo. We may see sales fall to a record low in the aftermath of the tax credit program, but any fallback should be short-lived. The government also estimates that there were over 211,000 new homes on the market at the end of April, which is a 5-month inventory. In a somewhat related post, another article was entitled Post-Tax Credit Buyers May Save Money. Missing the tax credit deadline might have seemed like a big mistake to some home buyers, but waiting could have been the smartest thing to do. Interest rates have fallen so dramatically since April 30th that the typical purchaser of a $350,000 home financed with a $280,000 mortgage would have saved a bundle by waiting until May. At April's average rate of 5.34%, a home buyer would have been locked in a 30-year fixed-rate loan with a monthly payment of $1,561.82. However, the same borrower could have snagged a 30-year fixed-rate loan at a rate of 4.625% in May and paid only $1,439.59 per month. Figure that over 30 years, it's a much bigger savings than the $8,000 tax credit. Anyway, in fact, over 30 years, it's a $44,003 savings, which obviously dwarfs the $8,000 tax credit. Anyway, if you are thinking about getting into real estate, I'd love to hear from you. If you have any comments on this post or any of the other posts, I'd love to hear from you also. My email is duane.beisner@era.com. Thank you for listening, and as always, happy trails to you. And of course, I'm proud to be an American, and have a happy Memorial Day as well. Thank you for listening.